No one likes Iberia's business class. Here's why. As the second highest, and in Iberia's case the highest booking class, business class is supposed to be an extravagant experience over the clouds. Whether you want to see one Chardonnay after another one or scratch your balls in complete privacy, business class has got your back. Right? Well, while business class certainly can be great, it's not always as luxurious and exclusive as you might think. Considering the sometimes stupendously expensive fares, which easily can be 3 to 5 or even 10 times more expensive than the regular economy fare, you obviously expect a substantially larger value in return. However, with airlines like Iberia, that's not necessarily the case. As a matter of fact, I did some research on the topic and I found out that there's a disproportionate number of passengers who absolutely dislike Iberia's business class. So in this video, I made it my mission to find out why that's the case. I will take you guys with me so that you can get an unbiased and honest impression of the lounge, the cabin crew, the food and everything in between. Today's journey starts at Madrid Barajas Airport. With a capacity of 70 million passengers annually, Madrid's key to the world is the busiest airport in Spain and one of the largest in Europe. Madrid Barajas also serves as a hub for Spain's flag carrier, Iberia. They depart from T4 where I head through the dedicated VIP security control and head straight to Iberia's own Dolly Business Class lounge, located right after TSA. Admittedly, my standards aren't too high, but in my opinion, Iberia's Dolly Business Class lounge is quite something. And since I was going to be here for a little bit longer, let me give you a rundown of the lounge. We have two main buffets, a bar, a comfortable rest area, workspaces, shower that I will check out later, and even a popcorn machine. The main red decor of the lounge represents Iberia's brand identity well, and so do the delicious Spanish dishes. But I am especially impressed by the staff. Not only are they remarkably hardworking and attentive, but also quite sociable and chatty. Almost to a point where it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable. I don't know, I guess I don't like when people are too nice to me. I'm not used to it. But I don't have to worry, since on the plane there won't be any of that. If you're like me and enjoy keeping an eye on stats, you'll appreciate knowing how many people are in the lounge at any given time. And here's a nice perk. If it's not too crowded, you can book a shower for free right at the reception desk. I definitely took advantage of that, especially since I literally spent the previous night sleeping at the airport. Flying business class isn't exactly budget friendly, but I'm dedicated to continuing creating great content for y'all. I'll be honest though, I don't do it for the money and my videos only bring in a couple of dollars at best. But if you're interested in supporting the channel, you're obviously more than welcome to check out my Patreon page. The link is in the description below. Now back to the shower. I'm amazed to find amenities like a razor, toothpaste, toothbrush, a comb, soap, shampoo and some other stuff. Also, 3 fresh towels are provided. Seriously, no idea why people need 3 towels to shower. Maybe they use them as a blanket or something, I don't know. If you're looking for more exclusive content, how about subscribing to my OnlyFans for just $9.99 a month. After freshening up and experimenting with all those amenities, by the way, I'm still clueless about some of them because what the hell is Shine Meat? I headed back to the lounge public area to continue my Iberia Business Class adventure. As boarding time gets closer, I treat myself with a couple of refreshing beverages, leave the lounge, and step outside for a second. It takes me some time to realize that boarding has started a while ago and that I should probably hurry a bit. Luckily, my flight departs from the last gate and half of those straight escalators, no idea how they are called, are broken. In the need for another shower, I still manage to arrive on time and get ready to embark on our 2.5 hour long flight to Zurich. Since I'm one of the last passengers to board, there is no difference in boarding procedure to economy. Today's flight isn't fully booked, hence I don't get much time at the jet bridge to admire this 1.5-year-young A320neo. As today's flight is an intra-European one, we unfortunately get one of those crappy EU business classes. Concerning the seat, basically the only difference to economy is the headrest. Otherwise it's exactly the same. I think you don't even get more legroom in business class. So my question to you is, would you pay almost $500 instead of about 70 for this? Obviously I knew what I'm getting myself into, but who knows, maybe the rest of the Iberia Business Class experience makes it worth it. Although this aircraft is only 1.5 years old, the cleanliness leaves something to be desired. For a €20 trip with Wizz Air or Ryanair this would be okay, but on a business class flight there should be no chewing gum stuck on the floor and there should be no used towels in the sticky seat pocket.
Presta la máxima atención y en caso de duda consulta las instrucciones de seguridad situadas en el bolsillo del asiento.
A benefit of intra-European business class is that usually the middle seat is blocked. However, since there are many crew members traveling, this was not the case on this flight. But until literally right before arriving at the runway, the seat next to me remained empty anyways, since a dead-heading crew member next to me was in the galley chatting with the crew on duty. I'm not quite sure if that's in accordance with the safety regulations, since technically they are passengers on this flight and have to be seated during taxi, but honestly I don't really care. However, this meant that the crew was always busy with each other while entirely ignoring the passengers. There was no hello, no welcome on board, no welcome drink, basically no difference to an economy class flight whatsoever. What's also interesting is that a man and a young boy entered the cockpit. While the man left the cockpit right before takeoff, the child remained there until almost the end of the flight, something that I thought wouldn't be possible anymore after 9/11. However, he might be the son of the pilots or something like that, so I guess the pilots know what they are doing. After takeoff, the crew had its first interaction with the passengers as we were heading out menus. While one of the two male flight attendants on duty actually seemed friendly, but maybe a bit bored, the other one really didn't give a f***. The only times he came near the passengers was to goof around with the two female flight attendants next to me. The little Casanova on duty was sitting on the floor chatting with the female crew, while the other guy was serving drinks and dinner. There was a choice between pork tenderloin with gnocchi and a vegetarian option. The pork was served with marinated sardines as a starter, fresh bread, and a profiterole as a dessert. To be fair, the food was much better than expected and honestly is the highlight of this flight. After eating, a brief look into the lavatory didn't reveal anything out of the ordinary. It was clean and functional. Other than hand soap, there weren't any unnecessary knickknacks, however. Meanwhile, the crew was having the time of their life in the galley, which obviously isn't something bad, don't get me wrong here, I like when people are happy, but they were behaving like students on a field trip and did not give a single crap about the paying passengers, which just gave the whole thing a bit of an unprofessional vibe. There is nothing wrong with having a good time, but if you've paid 6 times more than an economy class ticket, it just feels like you have thrown your money out of the window if there's literally zero customer service. In my experience, the crew really didn't have any self-initiative. They only asked their colleagues for more drinks while ignoring the passengers. I didn't want to disturb them, but finally asked for a water, which I never got, by the way. Business class in Europe is kind of a joke in general, and I knew that before. I mean, there isn't even a real curtain. But my experience shows me why Iberia's business class has a particularly bad reputation. Actually, I don't want this video to be too negative, so additionally to the delicious food, another positive aspect of the flight was the Wi-Fi, which worked and was actually very reasonably priced. For business class passengers, there is even free messaging. But overall for me, the hefty price tag wasn't worth it. The food, the ground experience in Madrid and the Wi-Fi were certainly great, but I think next time I'm flying in the back of the plane again. If you're lucky, you can get the same route in economy class on Air Europa, Spain's third largest airline, for 50 to 60 euro. Click right here to see how Air Europa's economy class performs in comparison to Iberia's business class. Thank you so much for watching, leave a like or a comment if you like to do that, and see you soon.